Hey, everybody, coming to you on a Wednesday night. It is January the 24th. January 24th. Yesterday, I know a lot of you saw my mother's birthday was on the 20th, 4 days ago. And yesterday was my son's birthday. So we got a lot of birthdays in January. The 20th was Saturday. My mother's birthday yesterday was my son's birthday, the 23rd. My brother's birthday is next Wednesday, the 29th. So glad you all can join us, whether you're watching live or whether you're watching the replay. Comment in the comments. If you're watching live, say live. If you're watching replay, you can say replay. You can put questions in there, comments. We can try to sort through those if you have questions during the presentation. But tonight we're going to be talking about, hey, Joshua, good to see you there on YouTube. Tonight, we're going to be talking about 25 short video ideas and examples of video ideas, because everybody's always looking for ideas on what to share, how they can share things. And we have a tendency to get caught up in thinking that everything we share has to be about Touchstone, about our products, about our business, about building, about earning money, about working part-time, about side gigs, side hustles. Hey, Whitney, good to see you from Michigan. But it doesn't have to be all that stuff. There's lots of good. See, the key is to increase your followers and increase the people who are following your channels, and so that way you can connect with more people. And so we're going to talk about ideas tonight that are kind of off the grid a little bit, stuff that you would not think about. Southern Ohio is Victoria. So first thing first, though, I want to talk about the upcoming mastermind in March. March. If you have not registered, the link is in the Team Elevation team page. If you're not part of the Team Elevation team page, make sure you get invited. But let's look at what we got going on here in the event. It's coming up March the 15th and 16th. It's a Friday and a Saturday at a beautiful, beautiful resort. And it's just outside of Las Vegas. It's not on the Strip, so you don't have to worry about those of you who are not interested in going to the Las Vegas Strip. This is a picture of the resort that we're going to be staying at. And listen, you can get rooms here for $189 a night. That is nothing. I know people that have got tickets to airline tickets for $300 to fly out here. Round trip airline tickets, $300, $189 a night hotel. We've got some amazing keynote speakers. We got Dr. Bill Andrews, and he's a leading expert in anti-aging and longevity research through the study of telomeres. He's got over 50 patents. He's been featured in Popular Science, The Today Show, Doctors TV, numerous documentaries, and he'll be sharing his fascinating expertise in the science of aging and how we can live longer health. Dr. Robert Greenberg. Many of you have heard Dr. Greenberg speak. He's going to be with us. He's going to be speaking, and he's an accomplished scientist, engaging presenter. This guy, I love hearing him. He is hilarious. PhD in biochemistry and a doctorate in chiropractic medicine. He'll be discussing how sugar is toxic to the body, along with natural ways we can balance our blood sugar. Dr. Alex Lee. Many of you heard Dr. Lee. He's been with us now for, 12 years, as long as the company's been around. He's a physician board certified in internal medicine and gastroenterology, received his doctorate of medicine from Southern California Medical School. He's going to be discussing the surprising ways that toxins can harm us from childhood to adult, and how this damage manifests our daily health, and the benefits of detoxing with zeolite. Molly Sheridan, she's an author. She's an ultra marathon runner. This lady runs 100-mile races, and she's going to be talking to us there about achieving the impossible and how to set goals and how to achieve the things you impossible. Again, this is the resort we're going to be at. This is the pool for those of you who want to. A lot of people are coming in early. The event is Friday and Saturday. I know that I'm going to be out Monday for the Premier Rewards trip, but a lot of people are coming in on Thursday and leaving on Monday. Some people are coming in on Wednesday, leaving on Sunday. Some people are coming in on Thursday and leaving on Sunday. So whatever you want to book your time, your event, that's great. Here's another picture of the resort, and it's a beautiful place to be. And don't forget, at the event, we're giving away $25,000 giveaway. We're going to have 2 people at the event that are going to win $5,000 cash. We're going to have 5 people that are going to win $1,000. That's $15,000 in cash giveaway. $5,000, 2 $5,000 winners, and $5,000 winners, and $10,000 in other cash prizes. So we're giving away tons and tons of cash at the event, so you don't want to miss it. You want to make sure you're there. You want to make sure you show up. Think about that. You could come out there and spend whatever you spend. You know, if you spend $400 on a plane ticket, and then you hotel room is another $400 or $500. That's, you know, you could spend $900 and then you win $1,000 and you pay for your trip. You win $5,000, you pay for your trip, and you walk away with $4,000. That is powerful, powerful. So if you haven't registered for that, make sure you do. March 14th to 15th. We're excited about that. And is that right? March the 15th and 16th. I knew I was off on the dates. March the 15th and 16th. If you haven't registered, make sure you get registered. Short reminder that we've got the Gluco Control Special is still running. Buy one, get one free. You add it to your auto ship, and it works for the entire year. So every single month that you keep the Gluco Control in your auto ship, you're going to pay for 1 bottle, $44, and you're going to get 2 bottles. That's $22 a bottle. That's an amazing, amazing price point. So make sure your people know about this, number one. We talked about this many, many times. A lot of people on your team, existing customers, previous customers, even members, they don't know about this unless you tell them, because they just don't stay tuned in. You know, they're watching a different channel. They opted out of our email campaigns. They're not plugged in like you are. So make sure that you call your downline, let them know, email your customers, reach out to your customers and say, hey, just wanted to make sure you knew about the Gluco Control Special that's running through January 31st. So that literally gives us what? 1 week from today. 1 week from today, that promotion will be over. You don't want to miss it. Don't want to miss out on that. So make sure you people know about that. We've had amazing sales with that. And so make sure you get the word out on that. And then tonight we're talking about short video ideas. What kind of videos can we put out there? What kind of can we do about sharing ideas about videos? You know, what can we do? Well, there's lots of things we can do. And, you know, depending on what, oh, I messed up the slide there from the current slide. There we go. So lots of things you can do and lots of ideas. And let's just talk about a few of them, because again, people think, oh, well, my idea has to be about product, or it has to be about this, or it has to be about that. No, it doesn't. No. ILT, invite, learn, and teach. I'm sorry, invest, learn, and teach. Invest, learn, and teach. You know, when you invest in yourself, you're forever reading books, you're reading information, you're learning new ideas. You know, I learned about some of these ideas and I thought, hey, I'm going to share this information. Here's a book that I ordered called Unstuck. Unstuck. Great book. Some of the tips and strategies in this book called Unstuck: overcoming your own self-sabotaging habits. So as I read this book, I can share about that. I can invest in the book, learn for myself, and then teach others. That's what I'm doing here. I've invested in the time and effort to learn about these video ideas. I learned about them, and now I'm teaching you. How imposter syndrome is draining you and how you can get away from it fast. Wouldn't that be pretty cool to learn about, right? So that's what invest, learn, and teach means. It means that you're gonna learn some stuff and you're gonna share with others. Share your information with others. Always be teaching, right? Take people on your journey. What does that mean? Well, I mean, today I was in South Carolina and I had lunch at a restaurant. I think it was something Bistro. Forget the name of it. Anyway, something Bistro. And I did a short live video, a minute or two. Hey, just let you know I'm here for lunch. You'd be surprised at the people that are interested in what you're doing. What you're doing. You'd be surprised at the people that'll tune into that. You see people all the time. There's a lady on Instagram, and she, when I first saw her and started seeing what she had to offer, right? Seeing what she had going on, I literally thought, well, this is pretty cool. She had, I think, maybe 9,000 followers. And she's talking about people who grew up in the 60s and 70s. And it's just silly little stuff. Nothing fancy, silly little stuff. And so, with some of these things we're going to talk about today. So she takes people on her journey and she talks about things. She's now up to 85,000 followers. What did you do today? What did you have for lunch today? Where did you go to dinner tonight? What movie are you going to see? Are you driving down the road? What's the weather like at the beach? What's the weather like in Michigan? I know a lot of you are, several of you in Michigan. What's the weather like? I know that, sorry, I'm looking on here to see where we're at. But I know that Victoria posted a picture about weather in Southern Ohio. It caught my attention. I stopped the scroll and she was like, hey, check out the weather here in my backyard in Ohio. And I said, man, that's a lot different than it is in Florida, which is where Victoria moved from. Wouldn't that be cool to say, hey, take it on your journey moving from Florida to Ohio. And why are you moving there, Victoria? Why did you move there? And now that you're in the house, you've got your house for sale. And you can talk about your house for sale. A lot of people sell houses that way. Hey, I'm looking at flipping this house. I'm looking at selling it. And I'm looking at moving over to my son. He's got a lot of property. And I'm telling you Victoria's journey. Now, how do I know that? Because she and I have talked about it. But see, Victoria, you can do short videos on that. And believe it or not, people are interested in that stuff. Debbie Stell says she's going to win. Oh, Debbie O'Neill says she's going to win $5,000. I believe it, Debbie. I'm speaking that into you right now. Product reviews. You know, you can do a product review, and it doesn't always have to be a product that we sell, that the company sells. And so I'm looking around here on my desk, and I've always got stuff on here. But here, for example, is the Soundcore headphones that I bought. And I bought them so that I could wear them on an airplane, because I travel on an airplane a lot. And I tell you, I'm really impressed with these things. Now, I'm not selling them, and I don't have an affiliate account for these things. And they're called Soundcore, but they got like a P or something on them. I don't know what they are. But see, the noise when I'm trying to listen to stuff kind of gets on my nerves. And so these are really cool. I like them. And if somebody was going to buy headphones, I would recommend these. You can charge them. You can also plug them into stuff too, so which is kind of cool. So they're not, I mean, they're Bluetooth, but you don't have to use them as Bluetooth. So like I put them in my car, which I don't like wearing them in my car, you know. But guess what? Hey, I bought these. I love them. You know, give me a product review about that. Here's something else sitting on my desk that I actually got for Christmas. And this little deal is pretty cool because you plug it in and it's like a mini hot plate. And so when you plug it in and turn it on, you can set your cup of coffee on here. And if you're like me, I get busy and I don't drink my coffee right away. And so it keeps it hot. Now, guess what? I didn't stage this. I didn't set these on my desk for that reason. I just think they're cool. And people want to hear about it. This right here, for example, this is my old, I've got two cases. I've got this case for my iPhone. I need those just around my house for my kids. Yeah. Whitney says she needed them headphones for her house around her kids so she can have a little peace and quiet. But this little, I bought a new iPhone and my old case didn't fit it. So I got a new case, which is bigger because the new one I have is bigger. But here's the deal. This little piece of rubber right here on the back. See, I've had the pop sockets. I've had the flip things. I've had them everything. This is the coolest one I've ever had because I can stick a finger, just one finger through it, and then hold whatever I want to hold. Man, if I could sell these things and put them on a shopping cart or whatever, because I don't know how many people I've told about it because they look at mine and they think it's cool, right? Anything, just a product review. Short video, 1-2 minutes, 3 minutes. Number 4, favorites of yours. What are favorites of yours? My favorite weather, my favorite time of year, my favorite book, my favorite whatever it is you can talk about. See, there's tons of things you can come up with that are my favorites. You can do movie reviews. I will say this. I think it was Laura Smith. And Laura, I don't know if Laura's on here or not. Sometimes she is. Sometimes she watches the replay. But I'm pretty sure she's the one who said, hey, there's a new movie on Netflix called something about Tarzan, right? I'm thinking Tarzan. What the heck? A movie about Tarzan. Yeah, it's a new release on Netflix. I watched that last night, and it was darn good. I've already told 2 or 3 people about it. So you can say, and she did that on her video, on a short video. It may have been in one of her stories. And was talking about that movie. Now, is she getting paid on it? No. Is she getting residual on it? No. But what she did get was a lot of comments, a lot of reviews, a lot of people going, oh, I've seen it. One lady on there said, I watched it. I'm going to watch it again tonight. Because it's really cool. Really cool. Number 6, tutorials. Tutorials. They're kind of like the what is it? A bridged version, like a book, like a small, just a tutorial on how to do something. Tutorial. How do you like Excel for Dummies or YouTube videos for dummies or hey, how do you do a video? How do you do a short video? How do you increase the followers on social media? I know that we've got, we saw on here earlier. Where did he go? Joshua is on here and he's watching on YouTube. So I don't see it on my iPhone, but he's watching on YouTube. He is the master at getting followers, not the master, but a master. He does a really good job on being able to create and increase followers on Instagram. And so he could do a short tutorial on that. Doesn't mean he's giving away all his secrets. Doesn't mean, most people aren't. Here's what's funny. When you give people tips and ideas, only about 1 or 2% of them are going to do it. They'll watch it. They'll watch it 3 times. They'll save it. And they may not, that most of them aren't going to do it. So give away all your greatest secrets, all your tutorials, because they're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. A how-to video. How to change a tire. Hey, all you women out there who don't know how to change a tire, and guess what? Nowadays, it's men too. I'm just coming up with stuff off the top of my head. You know, how to cook spaghetti. There's a ton of recipes that are on Pinterest, and a lot of y'all posted recipes over the holidays. What if you did a little short video about about making this product? I mean, you don't want to take a long time, but you could do a how-to video on that. How to go live on whatever. How to whatever. A how-to video is really cool. People tune into that stuff. There's kids that are making millions of dollars, kids that are making tons of money doing how to play Fortnite, how to play the other game. I mean, I'm not a gamer, you know, how to play whatever. They show themselves playing video games and they say, this is how you do it. Isn't that crazy? And they make millions because they have millions of followers. Controversial topics. I don't know if I spelled that right or not. I think it is. Controversial topics. Now, guess what this year is? It's election year, and I'm already tired of seeing the election stuff and the political stuff. You kind of want to avoid some of those things unless you're wanting to stir the pot. But in our business, we deal as your team grows. You know, you're going to be dealing with people all over the world. I've got people in 60 countries around the world on my team with lots of different opinions. So, I mean, you can bring up a controversial topic. One of the things that I've seen that's real popular, and we're going to talk about Google Trends later. But I've seen, like, right now, some of the candidates are dropping out of the race and this and that and the other thing. And those are topics that are hot right now. You don't have to take a position. You don't have to give your opinion. You can just bring it up and say, what do y'all think about blah 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 dropping out of the race, or blah 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 entering the race, or blah 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 winning the Iowa caucus? I thought it was funny the other day. It was the coldest caucus ever. I thought that's funny. That's hilarious, because Iowa was sub-zero temperatures, and they said it's the coldest caucus ever, and the news reporter almost died laughing. But you can talk about them without taking a position, and let me tell you, it's going to get a lot of comments, a lot of interest, good and bad, good and bad. You may have to delete a few. You can do skits. What are skits? Put a wig on, put a funny wig on, put a funny hat on. Check this hat out. Here's a product I could review for you. This is a red light therapy hat for your hair, for thickening up your hair. And this is pretty cool. And you push the button and the red lights come on. You push it twice. The first time is 15 minutes. Second time is 30 minutes. Third time is 45 minutes. And then I don't know what happens after that, because you got to turn it off, right? So, you could put this on and do a funny video. You could put a wig on. You could put some funny glasses on. You could do, I know a lot of people do funny videos about people that are trying to recruit people in network marketing. They go, hey, I got this latest, greatest stuff ever. It's called, super Kool-Aid. It's Kool-Aid, and it's orangey, and it's grapey grape Kool-Aid, and you got to buy it. This Kool-Aid is the best Kool-Aid ever. It'll give you energy, muscles. It might even grow a leg or two. There's no telling what it's going to do. It'll help you lose 40 pounds in 3 days drinking this Kool-Aid. This is the greatest Kool-Aid ever. You got to try it. It's grapey grape flavor. You see, by doing that skit, doing that funny skit and doing funny glasses, or just making fun of people, and that's just one idea, people laugh about it and they go, yeah, I know that person. I know that person. I could do a skit, and I think I will, now I think about LinkedIn. I hate LinkedIn. How people make a living on LinkedIn, I don't know, because every time I get 20, 30 friend requests a day, if that's what they call them, whatever, connections, and half of them immediately turn around and say, you got to buy my product, or I got to do this, or I'm going to help you make more money. And I'm like, I want to reply back and go, does this work with anybody for you? I mean, are you having success at that? So I kind of want to do a skit on that. Number 10, challenges people face. Hey, what's going on out there in the world? What are challenges people face? I can tell you that right now in the Midwest, the challenge people are facing is that dadburn weather. What about the people that for the past 2 weekends, this past Sunday, but the previous Sunday was even worse, people trying to get to the Buffalo Bills football game, which, oh, by the way, they postponed because the snow was so bad. And so that's a challenge. Challenges of trying to build a home-based business with stay-at-home, with kids at home. Whitney DeVos, you would be the perfect person to talk about that. Whitney's got 17 and a half kids. We say that jokingly. Whitney has 5 children and 1 on the way, and I think they're all 7 years old and younger. And that's why she was talking earlier about buying herself these headphones here. So if she bought these headphones, she could get a break. She could get some rest. She could get some peace and quiet. It'd be perfect for you to talk about the challenges people face when they're trying to build a side gig or a home-based business with lots of kids running around. Debbie, you could do a challenges in having and taking care of your mom or one of your parents as they get older. I could do a challenge on that as well, because it's very challenging. Number 11, overview of a longer video. So if you did a long video, you can do an overview of it, a short, like, hey, let me tell you the overview of this video I did. It's a long video. It's 15 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever. And you can find it on my YouTube channel. You can find it here, but I just wanted to kind of cover it with you real short, give you the abridged version of this video. And if you want to go watch it, here's where you find it. Hit me up in the link, say, send me the long video and the link, and I'll send you the link. I mean, in the comments, shoot me up in the comments and I'll send you the long video. Number 12, testimonials. Testimonials. Great to do a short video about a testimonial. Somebody else's testimonial, not always yours. Share those testimonials. They're amazing. People love to hear testimonials. Make sure they're compliant. Make sure you don't use words or statements. You can't say that you treat or cure any disease, because the people, the FTC doesn't like that. But hey, this is one of the strongest ones you can do on a live video. Number 13, a day in the life of. A day in the life of somebody or something. Or if you live on, there's a lady right now that I saw, and she she's only like 32 years old. I think she just had a birthday. She's 32, and her husband passed away recently. He was 31 when he passed away, and so she's still on this farm, and she's got help. But so all of her posts are like a day in the life of. She doesn't say a day in the life of, but she did a video the other day that said, "Hey, all right, I'm going out to let the cats out of the barn," and she's got like, I don't know, a bunch of cats, like 12 cats, I don't know. And she keeps them locked up in the barn at night. And because she's in Kansas and it's cold. She also does ice baths. She jumps in a tub of ice water in the mornings. But let me tell you, she's got hundreds of thousands of followers who watch her, and basically her videos are the day in the life of. And I'm trying to think what her name is. Ice JoJo or something, JoJo Ice, I don't know, whatever. Number 14, trivia. You can do, hey, Lori from Auburn, New York. You can do trivia. Trivia stuff. Hey, Eli, good to see you watching. Ethan competes on Fortnite for money. Eli Jackson said, Ethan competes on Fortnite for money. Ethan is Eli's little brother. And I didn't know he competed on there for money. But he's got an amazing setup over there with, the mic and the headphones and he's got a computer. There's different monitors for gaming because they're more precise or whatever. And he's got the whole setup over there. It's cool stuff. Yeah, not crazy about it. So that's cool, Eli. Yeah, he competes on Fortnite. But testimonies, a day in the life of. Trivia. You can do trivia. You ever been to a bar or somewhere and did trivia? You can do trivia night. We're going to do trivia night. Tune in, see if you can answer the questions right. And you have them answer the questions in the comments. Right? Isn't that cool? So let's see if I can go to the next slide here. Well, there we go. Number 15, a book review or thoughts about a book. Thoughts about a book. Okay. So here's a book that I recommended last year. I just showed you the one about Unstuck. Okay. Unstuck. I showed you that one. But here's one called The 1 Year Bible. Read the Bible in 1 year. And it's broken down in days. Each day you read whatever it tells you to read. And oh, by the way, it's in here. So, today is, what is it, January 24th. So you would go to January 24th and you would start. And there is, boom, January 24th. And so you could do your thoughts about this 1 year Bible. You could do your thoughts on how easy it is to read, and it really doesn't take long. I've got this on Audible, so I kind of cheat. I listen to it. But here's the cool thing about that is I talked about this book review last year, and Joe Rinaldi put a post on his page after January 1st, and he said, hey, thanks, Alan Newell, for challenging me to read the Bible in a year, and I did it, and I'm all the way through, and I completed it, and I'm so happy. You never know who's listening, right? A box opening, number 16. Do a box opening. This could have been a box opening here with this darn little hot plate. Could be for these headphones. It could be for this skull cap thing, whatever the heck this thing is about helping my hair get thicker because, my family, my mother's side of the family has thinning hair, and I'm heading that way, so I'm trying to fix it. And they say it works. Box opening with your product. It doesn't have to be, this is great on your product, but here's a Super Greens Plus D. You can do a box opening on that. You can do a box opening. I see them all the time. Number 17, FAQs, frequently asked questions. Frequently asked questions. One of the things you can do with that is all of our products, by the way, has a FAQ section. So take a product and say, hey, I've been getting a lot of questions on. I happen to have Super Green Juice sitting on my desk here, but first, who knows why. But and so I'm just gonna and here's the questions that I get. Here's the frequently asked questions I get on this. Here's the frequently asked questions I get on building a home-based business, creating a side gig, how to raise and how do I handle, what are the biggest questions I get about how to have 17 and a half kids like Whitney. Number 18, what upsets you? Now, don't use it as a rant. Don't use it as a rant. But golly, one of the things that upsets me is people who are just trolls on social media and they jump in comments and comment about stuff they don't even know you're talking about. Now, surprisingly, I don't see a lot of that. And they tell me if I don't see a lot of that, it means I'm not posting enough or I'm not, whatever. I don't know. But there are a lot of you who get comments and I know it's different for men versus women and all that stuff. But what upsets you? Man, it really upsets me when the trash guy, I'm just coming up with stuff off the top of my head. I'm just thinking of stuff. It upsets me when the trash guy picks up my trash and the trash truck we have comes here, has these arms and these grippers. And he grabs the trash can and he dumps it in his thing. He doesn't even have to get out of his seat. He's sitting in the driver's seat doing this. Dumps the trash in there and then slams the can back down. Well, listen. If I put a box beside there, he ain't getting out of that truck. If trash flies out and the wind's blowing as he picks it up and throws it and it blows down the street or lays beside it in the driveway, he's not going to get out and pick it up. And it irks me. I'm like, dude, you're the trash guy. You just dumped it. Get out and pick it up. What helps you? Number 19. What helps you? Hey, getting up at 6 a.m. in the morning really helps me get my day started. Hey, drinking a gallon of water really helps me. Hey, taking a shower at night before I go to sleep really helps me sleep. I don't know. You see, here's the thing. Everybody's different. And what helps you may be different. I know with a lot of the naturopaths and people who are doing this, hey, I can tell you that utilizing blah, blah, blah really helps me a lot. What helps you? With me, I'm just thinking off the top of my head, and I'm doing that for a reason. Because these are just ideas, but there's endless opportunities and endless options that come with these topics. What helps you? What helps you eat less? What helps you? I tell you what helps me prevent from eating snacks at night. Don't buy them. Don't buy them. And there's certain things that they can buy or my daughter can buy or whatever. I'm not eating it. But there are some things that don't be bringing no Oreos in the house because I got to having some Oreos. Not every night, but you know what I mean. So it helps me not to eat Oreos by not having them in the house. I'm just making stuff up as I go. Number 20, and we've only got 5 more after this, questions that you have. I have some questions about this, now I'm in Wilmington, and what popped in my head was this, is we have a bridge that goes across the intercoastal, and they're about to shut it down. They're going to shut it down. And it's like, why would you shut down this bridge, which the traffic count is amazing. It's backed up every morning, and drive everybody. So now everybody's got to leave here. I live on this side on the outside of Wilmington, but it's going to create why, I don't understand sometimes when they work on roads, why they work on roads during rush hour. I remember when they used to work on roads in the middle of the night. Now I know that people are out more in the middle of the night than they used to be. And I know it's dangerous working in the middle of the night, but a lot less traffic jams. That's just a question I have. Why don't they do that? Or why does it take so long for them to? Does that make sense? Question that I have. I don't know. I have a question. I got a question. There's a restaurant up the road that I love going to, Cape Fear Seafood's my favorite place. If you know me, you've heard me seen me post about it, or I've sent you pictures about it. There's a few people that I send pictures to, and I go, I'm at Cape Fear again. And they go, I don't want to hear about it because they don't live around here. Because the food's amazing. But here's what I don't understand is if I go online to their website to set a reservation, and you need a reservation there because they're packed. So I can go online and it says the first available appointment is at 8:30. If I call them, they'll say 7:30. If I get there at 6:30, they'll get me in 30 minutes, 7 o'clock. What's the deal with that? I don't understand that. I was in the restaurant business and I still don't understand it. And I think it's software they're using that's causing that. But it's okay, whatever. Just a question I had. Now, Google Trends, and I'm going to show you Google Trends in a minute. There's a thing called Trends. I think it's trends.google.com. And it tells you what the latest trends are, what's popular right now in the world and in the United States that everybody's talking about. Top of mind is, oh gosh, what's the singer's name? Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift is dating a football player who plays for the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City is now going to the AFC Championship game, and they're playing the Baltimore Ravens. And it's funny because what's funny about it is they've even started, people bet on sports. They'll bet on whether she's going to attend the game or not. And they go, oh, when she shows up, they win. And when she doesn't show up, they lose. I mean, she's got a busy schedule, I'm sure, with touring and singing and everything else. But that's a top trend. Do I care if she shows up? I don't care. I don't care. Do I think that they win when she's there and not there? Do I think that has to do with Kelsey's her boyfriend? Listen, when you're playing professional sports, whoever's in attendance is not going to decide whether you win or lose. You're not going to, you're paid a ton of money to play the sport. But that's a trend right now. A trend. What's going on in Israel is a trend. What's happening, the weather right now has been a trending topic. So if you go to trends.google.com, you can see and click on the latest trends, and it'll give you a list of what the top trends are. You can use them as hashtags. You can use them as topics. Lots of different things. Lots of different things. You can also use Ask the Public, Whitney says. Ask the public to see what people are searching for around a topic you input. Real estate, for example, i.e. real estate. So let me ask you a question, Whitney. When you say ask the public, are you going to Google and typing in ask the public? I don't know. 22, interesting facts. Did you know that out of every blah, 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 one of the most popular ones about that, and I don't even know if this is true, okay? I don't know if it's true, but I saw it again today, and I thought, that's an interesting fact if it's true. And nowadays, who knows if it's true or not? So no, that's what the website is called. So is it askthepeople.com maybe? I don't know. Anyway, but the thing, the interesting fact about what they say, if you take a bunch of black ants and you put them in a jar with red ants and you put them in there together and leave them alone, they'll just sit there and hang out and they're okay. But if you shake them up, they start killing each other. Has anybody ever done that? Do you know if it's true? I'm not touching red ants because they'll bite the fire out of you, number one. I guess you scoop them up with a scooper or whatever and put them in there. Some black ants will bite you. But isn't that stupid though? But is it true or is it not? I don't know. But it's an interesting fact. Whitney says that is true, that it will happen. I don't know how she knows that. Maybe she's got some black ants and red ants around the house and she threw them in a jar and shook them up, And I'm not questioning the validity of your comment. You don't misunderstand me, but that's an interesting fact. Interesting fact. People in well, I don't want to go there. I was going to say I don't know about people in China, and people in China eat dogs. Isn't that weird? They do what? They eat what? Now they're I'm like, you're kidding me, right? You can Google interesting facts. And it'll tell you instant facts. And when you put these kind of things on there, you can say, did you know? I think there used to be a popular TV show called Did You Know? Number 23, highlight a customer of yours with their testimonial, or a new customer, or somebody or a leader, or somebody on your team who's having success. You can just talk about them on a video. Just an idea. Put it out there. Number 24, should ask questions. So tonight, I heard, I was involved in a conversation talking about whether the earth is flat. And my opinion is, I don't think it is, but I don't care. Doesn't matter to me. If I ever got to the edge, has anybody ever been to the edge? If it's flat, you got to eventually be able to get to the edge, right? To the side, to the edge where you can walk off, right? Is that not right? Unless it flips. So where would that? So I got a question for you. Who out there thinks that the world is flat? And I'm just saying this in this group. Christine Doyle's watching. Whitney's is it flat? That's a question I have. I'm curious to know: are those really chemtrails in there, or are they smoke coming off of jet airplanes? I don't know the answer to that. Are they toxic or are they not? You see, there's questions that people should, you should ask, and you should look at the labels on your food and your vitamin, your supplements. You need to learn how to read labels. A question you should ask yourself before you consume something is, what are the ingredients? Did you know that whatever's listed first, there's more of that in there than anything else? These are questions that people should ask. Number 25, we're going to end with this one. Yes, it sure is in North Dakota and Nebraska. You lost me on that one, Whitney. It sure is in North Dakota and Nebraska. Oh, it's flat. She's talking about it's flat. The ground is flat. The earth is flat in Nebraska and North Dakota. South Dakota is pretty flat too. I was up there in my motorhome. So is Texas. I mean, you could see for miles. But I'm just wondering where the edge is. And does the water run off the edge in the ocean? I don't know the answer to that. I don't know whether I'm right or wrong. I'm just making conversation and giving you some ideas of things you can talk about. Number 25, do an interview preview. Hey, listen, next Wednesday night, I'm going to be interviewing Eddie Stone. Hey, I'm going to be interviewing Craig Daly. Hey, I'm going to be interviewing Whitney DeVos and asking her what it's like to have, 17 and a half kids or whatever the thing is. And so you can preview that by talking about it in a short video and saying, hey, if you want to tune in, I'm going to be interviewing whoever, Chrissy Doyle. I'm just looking at people who are on here. Eli Jackson. I'll be interviewing Eli Jackson. And I'm going to be talking about how to paint a car that you buy, those little race cars that you buy. Because I'm going to interview him about how to build and how to paint one of those cars. And I'm saying that because he got one for Christmas and he put it together great. Struggle with the painting. So hopefully he's learned that. So I can tell you up front, preview it up front. Hey, listen, just so you know, I'm going to be interviewing on this date, this person, and here's what I'm going to be talking about. Chemtrails. Hayden says chemtrails very toxic. Yeah, I agree, Hayden. Now, but there are people out there who don't know. There are people out there who don't know how to play Roblox. Ask Who Man. That is Joshua. How to play Roblox. I don't even know what Roblox is, but that's going back on some of the comments and looking. So these are some ideas that you can utilize to create short videos, reels, whatever, on your page that will create conversation, short live videos, create conversation, create engagement, and increase your following and get people interested in what you have to say. Here's a thought. Hey, March 15th and 16th, going to Vegas. And I'm staying at this amazing resort. And listen, I'm just curious to know, has anybody been to this resort before? I've seen pictures of it, and I've heard it's amazing. Can you tell me anything about it? You'll get people that will engage in that. You'll get people say, no, but I looked it up or whatever. Or you're going to Vegas? I heard this. If you say you're going to Vegas, and hey, anybody got any ideas or thoughts of things I should or shouldn't do? Let's do this. I'm going to see who does this. Hey, headed to Vegas, March 15th, in the middle of March. Anybody got any ideas and tips on things I should do or things I shouldn't do? You're going to get some pretty cool comments on that. I'm going to see a couple of y'all going to run with that. And listen, everybody on here that sees this, go on there and comment on it and put some funny stuff. Paint yourself silver and sit on the curb and be still. And put a little tip jar out front and see how much money you make. And I wonder, I got a question for you. Those guys that sit on the street in Vegas and they dress up, they paint themselves blue and they steal, and they're like statues. They sit still and they have tip jars, and sometimes they move and scare people. Do they have to have a hawker's permit or a permit to do that? I don't know. I was just curious. Do you know if they have to have a permit? Hey, I'm going to Vegas. Any show I should see while I'm out there? Anybody got any tips or ideas? So that's some great ideas for you, things you can put out there online that you can share, that you can ask questions, that you can find out what's going on. And tag somebody on this that needs to see this. Or share these ideas with people in your team. But tag somebody that needs to see this. Have a great Wednesday night, January 24th. Look forward to seeing y'all live in Vegas in the middle of March. If you haven't registered, get registered. If you need to know how to register, hit me up. Have a great night. Talk to you soon. Love you guys.